Welcome to Albuma. Welcome. Hi, welcome to the new channel Albuma. Thank you guys for being there. We are talking a little bit about this great new album from Tears for Fears, The Tipping Point. The Tipping Point is the new album from Tears for Fears, a great album, a great comeback. And let me talk you a few fast things about this band and this new great album. The tipping point, the tipping point, the tipping point. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody wants to. With this album, this new album, The Tipping Point by Tears for Fears, comes the reunited creativity from Roland Orzabal and Kurt Smith, great musicians that had in all of their career huge influences by the Beatles. It's very easy to listen to these influences, especially from Roland. Roland has been a great fan from the Beatles from a long time, and a huge influence from Peter Gabriel. Tears for Fears from their first album, great album, The Hurting. They they featured lots of Peter Gabriel's sounds, screams, processed screams, the use of the synclavier, the way of recording the album in a very special way. It's a great album. This new album from Tears for Fears, The Tipping Point. The Tipping Point has reminiscence from The Hurting, or for example from this album, Seeds of Love. Go ahead and listen once again to Advice for the Young at Heart. Advice for the Young at Heart. And when you listen to what's the song? I forgot what's the name of this song. Break the Man. When you listen to Break the Man from the new album, you're gonna listen some echoes from Advice for the Young at Heart. But this is something that Tears for Fears has done since day one. This kind of relationship between an album and the next one. The most notorious is going from this great album, Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair, going from this masterpiece of pop music from the 80s, but let's face it, these kind of albums are timeless. This is a classic album. From going from this album to Seeds of Love, and they have, let's say, the same structure, but it's on purpose and it's great. For example, they include a live track, the way the album begins and closes. Another great thing about this album is from The Tipping Point that it's very refreshing. It's very refreshing. It's from these days. It gives you a kind of remembrance from the 80s, as I was telling you. But it's really a fresh album. I think we needed this kind of albums. We needed this kind of creativity once again. The videos are great, are really great. The video for The Tipping Point. Roland looks awesome with his long white hair. I think it's his own white hair. It looks awesome. Kurt looks the same. Very youthful. I sense that Roland is more contained, more peaceful. And we really missed these guys, and we are very happy that they came together to record this new fantastic album. Sorry, I think that something's going on. Something is being interrupting me. I can get. What's happening down there? What's happening? In a recent interview, they enlisted 5 of their more influential albums of all times, and one of them was the third solo album by Peter Gabriel, that everybody knows as Melt. And I was very happy to listen to them acknowledging Peter Gabriel's influence in their career, in the way they record records, and also in the way they produce their records, and also in the way they think their records. They take their time. They are not rushed for recording albums in a very commercial way, knowing that they are very commercial. But I'd like to talk to you about the commercial thing, because in other videos, because Radiohead, for example, is one of the most commercial rock bands ever, and is a very, very high quality band, a very artistic band. And the same happens with Pink Floyd. The Dark Side of the Moon is it's the third or the second all-time best-selling album ever. What I find also very refreshing about the return of Tears for Fears is that it's not an album trying to force you a message. They only made great music. Their lyrics are not cheesy. They are very, very thoughtful lyrics, but at the same time they are very easygoing. You enjoy very much all the album from song 1 to the last one. And I suggest you very much, I strongly suggest you to listen to this album from the first one to the last one, paying all your attention to the album. I remember those days when we were immersed in listening to a new album, and we were watching the cover, watching the artwork. We went through the lyrics, the credits. I really, really missed, what do you think, the credits from each song, who played in each song. It's very important, and it's something that comes with the pleasure of listening great music. The tipping point is the seventh studio album from Tears for Fears, and there's no bad Tears for Fears album. All their albums are very good, including the ones without Kurt. We missed Kurt, but those albums without Kurt are really, really good albums also. And that tells you about a concept, that tells you about really a concept, because I cannot say that this is a one band member or 2 band members, but you can feel and listen to the energy from both great artists that working together make magic, make awesome things. And this is the example with the tipping point. The whole album, the videos. I have seen 2 videos, and they are awesome. The way you have to make a video for a great band like Tears for Fears. We have our old classics, the beginners, the great ones, the Beatles, the Stones, Genesis, but we have new, let's say, new classics or new legendary bands, and one of them is Tears for Fears. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. I'm very sorry about my English. I'm trying to practice it again, and hopefully I will improve in the next videos. Thank you very much. Gabriel here, and thank you, album ears, engineers. Thank you very much. See you in the next one. Album ears, engineers. What's going on with your English, man? You must practice a lot. Yes, Grandma, I'm gonna do it. So it's been years. Almost since Tears for Fears. Didn't they break up? No, Grandma. They will never break up again.